Hello guys, it's me again, UnstableVoltage. Thank you for tuning in, and this is more of a channel update than it is a Star Trek episode. Saying that, the reason that I am doing this over the top of Star Trek gameplay is mainly because I will no longer be doing the Let's Play of Star Trek. The main reason for that was quite a few reasons. When I first heard that the game was coming out, being a big Star Trek fan, I hoped for a good game, but expected a crap one. And looks like I was right on the money. It's a real shame because they did a good job of making the game look like Star Trek and feel like Star Trek. They even got the original voice cast to provide all their voices, which was absolutely fantastic. But it's a very mediocre game at best. I've not really been enjoying the playthrough. When I first started, I wasn't even going to make a Let's Play. After taking one look at the game, my original intent was just to make a sort of first impressions video, which I did, which is on the channel. It's about an hour long, but after playing an hour into it, I thought to myself, I want to find out how the story ends. I want to follow it through, because I do like to play games for the stories, and sometimes you get a game that isn't the best game, but it has a good story, and it is an official canon Star Trek story. But after playing through the game, I think I'm about near the halfway point, but not quite, from what I can tell. And I thought about it, I looked back on it, and I thought, do you know what? I can't even actually really remember what's going on. I mean, we've got the Gorn who have come, stolen this device that the Vulcans were using to sort of regenerate their planet, and opened a rift, and you know, the story's quite contrived. It's not all that original. It's been done 1,000 times before. I did have a look at the wiki just to sort of see where the story was going and where the story ends, and also to sort of gauge how much of the game I'd got left to do. And after reading what was left of the story, it just seems pretty boring. There's nothing there that would make me really want to push forward to see it. In fact, I think if I actually spent the remaining, I don't know, 6-7 hours, however long it's going to take to complete the campaign, bear in mind that I'm a bit derpy and it's full of bugs, so it would take longer than it should do. But I think if I actually got to the end of the story now, even before I knew what happened, I'd have actually been disappointed that I'd spent that time for quite a contrived story. Another thing that's brought me to this is that I actually managed to see the movie Into Darkness a couple of nights ago, and it reminded me why I like the J.J. Abrams adaptation of Star Trek so much, and how the action should be and how the characters should feel, and I think that is really missing from the game. I know this game isn't based on that movie, but it just doesn't feel right, and it's hard for me to be enthusiastic and enjoy a game that I'm not having fun playing, and if I can't be enthusiastic and enjoy the game I'm playing, I can't be enthusiastic in my commentary, and it's not fun for you guys to watch. It's bad enough that I keep messing simple puzzles up and dying and having to redo them anyway, but it's quite bad if I have to redo bits because there's been a bug. There's already been a couple of occasions where I've had to restart at the previous checkpoint because the game's bugged out and I was unable to continue, and that's bad enough as it is. But the majority of the game is pretty boring. The shooting segments are pretty terrible, the weapons are terrible, the aiming's terrible, there's nothing original about it, and then when you do start getting into a bit that has a bit of action and a bit of pace, it either gets interrupted by a 4-minute cutscene that you've just got to sit through, which usually then does more stupid things like swapping your weapons around randomly in the middle of a gunfight, the little mini games that keep popping up all over the place. They randomly thrust them upon you with a time limit, no explanation of them. They completely ruin the pace of the game, and the game just doesn't really know what it wants to be. And that's apparent if you check a lot of the YouTubers that have done reviews of this game. If you go and check out Angry Joe's review, for example, or if you go and have a look at Yahtzee Croshaw, the Zero Punctuation review, it's pretty obvious that a lot of people just say the game does nothing special. It's a pretty mediocre game. So what I'd like to say is I want to apologise to the people who have been watching it, because it has been getting a few views. I don't know whether they've been views from my subs or from outside my subscriber base, but the people that have been watching, I'd like to thank you and also apologise that I won't be completing the series. It's always sad and a little bad for a channel to start a Let's Play and not finish it. I don't want to be a channel that has a lot of unfinished LPs, but at the same time, I'm just wasting my time and wasting your time if I'm going to be playing through a game that I don't enjoy, because I can't convey the fun I'm having across to you guys. So yeah, for those of you that have been watching it, I do hope you stick around. I hope you go and have a look at some of my other videos and find something else that I do that interests you. You know, I thank you for your views and hope I don't lose them. And yeah, so unfortunately there won't be any more of those. I will be replacing that particular LP. What I'm probably going to do starting next week, most likely I'm going to start doing Batman Arkham City. I've spoken about that game a few times while I've been doing my Sleeping Dogs Let's Play. I know it's another open world game, but I absolutely love it. I played it on the PS3 when it first came out, and I completed it, and it was an absolutely brilliant game. I think it was probably my favourite game of 2012. That said, so it's not going to be a blind Let's Play. I'm going to be playing it on the PC, obviously, instead of the PS3, which means I'm going to be using a mouse and keyboard instead of the joypad, so I don't know how that's going to turn out. Also, I've got the Game of the Year edition, which has the Harley Quinn DLC, and I never played that on the original release, so I will have a bit of the Let's Play that's going to be blind. And I'm going to try and go for 100% completion as well. I remember when I did my original playthrough of it on the PS3, not only did I complete the main campaign, I completed all of the side quests, and I think I got about 380 out of the 400 Riddler trophies. So I'd like to go for 100% completion. Not too bothered about the achievements, but I want to do the in-game stuff and then move on to the DLC. So that's probably going to be going up on Tuesdays and Thursdays and replacing Star Trek. I might put a special one-off out this weekend. Don't hold me to that, because I'm not sure how much time I'm going to have, but if I do get the time to do it, I'll put one out, which will just be kind of a sort of a whet your appetite thing before we go into doing it next week. Sleeping Dogs is going to continue on its Monday, Wednesday, Friday slot for the time being. It can be quite a lengthy game. Obviously it is an open world game, there are a lot of side quests to do, and again, I want to try and go for 100% completion, but I don't want people to get bored with just watching me run around looting chests and finding health shrines. I don't want to end up doing them off camera either, in case people want to see that and know where they are and know how to find them. So what I'm trying to do is actually find them as I go around, and it's a little bit difficult because I've played the game before, but only about kind of just over halfway. So once I catch up with myself where I played it up to before, I'm going to be sort of playing blind, but I'm trying to remember where a lot of the secrets are and try and pick them up as I go around. Inevitably I'm going to end up missing a few, and I might just sort of tack them on at the end of the Let's Play. Depending how well it does, because it does get quite a few people watching it, I may even then get the DLC and do that once I've completed the main campaign. Which is another one of the reasons why I'm cutting Star Trek. I mean, as I said, there are a few people that are watching it, but the number of views it gets are very, very few. Sometimes the video goes up and only gets 2 or 3 views. And again, I appreciate those 2 or 3 people of you that have been watching it, but it takes quite a lot of time between actually setting up, doing the recording, doing the edit, doing the render, uploading it to YouTube. And I've got other series on the go at the same time, so I want to better use my time to do those. I'm also going to be carrying on doing my Feed the Beast series, which is, to be honest, the driving force for this channel. Vast majority of my subscribers and viewers come here for the Feed the Beast stuff, and I enjoy doing it. But again, because of the way that that's done, it takes a lot of setup before I start recording. It takes a lot of editing. I'm really doing my best to pump out one a day on the 5 days of the week. I know when the series started, some weeks had 3 episodes, some weeks only had 1, and it was kind of all over the place. I'm really doing my best to pump out 1 a day. But because of the way it's recorded, I'm pretty much recording it on a daily basis. I do have a few other things in the pipeline, nothing that I'm too ready to talk about yet. I've got a potential collaboration with a couple of other channels going on, so in the future there might be a couple of other things. Some of it is going to be Minecraft based, some of it is going to be sort of more co-op, 2-player gameplay style. Again, don't want to go too much into that at the moment. I'm also participating in a closed beta of a MMORPG game that I'm very excited about. Unfortunately, I can't talk about that or video any of it and show it to you because I'm under NDA, the beta is under NDA, and I am not allowed to actually record anything that is from the beta. I mean, once the game comes out, or if the publisher changes their mind, but once the game comes out, I'll be able to release video footage of it. But until then, all I can do is kind of play it, learn the ropes, learn what I'm doing, and then hopefully by the time it releases I will be au fait enough with it just to give you a load of content. And if you're the sort of person that likes things like World of Warcraft, Guild Wars 2, Rift, games along those sort of lines, I think you're really going to like this. So hopefully that'll be something that that I can add to the channel. And the only other thing really I've got to mention is coming up this week I am going to have some construction going on around the house, which means there will be a couple of days towards the end of next week where I won't be able to record. But what I'm going to try and do as always is record everything in advance. My Let's Plays for Sleeping Dogs, what was Star Trek and obviously is now going to be Arkham City, I tend to play those games a couple of times a week, and I will play through and record 4 or 5 episodes and have them kind of done and ready, so that shouldn't be a problem. The Feed the Beast, because I'm recording that daily, I don't really want to miss a day out, so I might just have to have a day where I try and record 2 or 3 just so that I've got them to go out on the Thursday and Friday. So I do apologise if any of the videos do end up going up late, or I do end up missing a day out, which I don't really want to do, but it is a possibility. It could happen, because if you live in the UK, you know what builders are like in this country. So yeah, I don't want to disappoint anybody by missing videos out. I'm going to try and keep all the content up. All I can say is, as well, to those of you that have been watching, to my regular viewers, whether you're subscribed or not, thank you very much. Over the last couple of weeks, the channel has grown immensely. I've gained a lot of subs. I've had a lot of comments from people on my videos. They've all been positive. It's always really nice to hear from you guys. I do my best to try and respond to each and every one of you when I can. I do apologise if I do miss one of your comments and don't get back to you, but usually when I see them I will come and reply if I can. But yeah, all of you guys have really helped my channel grow. Over the last 2 weeks I've had more subscribers and more views than I had in the last 6 months, and I hope it continues to grow. And once again, I can't thank you guys enough for giving up your time to watch my stuff. I'm actually humbled by the fact that you guys enjoy watching my content, and it's one of the things that strives me to carry on and keep producing it. So now you know what's going to be going on with the channel, at least in the near future, and I'll do another update later on when I actually find out more details for what's going on with these collaborations as well. So again, I'm going to apologise to the people that were watching Star Trek, but to be honest, you're not really missing out. We know this happens with pretty much the vast majority of games that are based on a movie or a TV show or a comic book, or any sort of game that's based on a popular franchise. Usually has a lot of promise and ends up being an absolute turkey. Don't get me wrong, there are a few that are really good. Batman Arkham City is a classic example, absolutely amazing game. But yeah, when it comes down to film franchises and TV franchises, particularly sci-fi and particularly Star Trek, we always do really seem to end up with a really cruddy game. There have been a few good ones, don't get me wrong, but yeah, this one really falls short of the mark, and I just can't bring myself to play it anymore. So thanks for listening to me ramble on for about 15 minutes there. I hope I haven't sent you guys into a coma. And yeah, by all means look around the channel. I hope you find something that you like to watch and continue to watch. And yeah, check out Batman Arkham City if you've never seen it before or never played it before. It's an absolutely brilliant game, brilliant story, graphics are fantastic, lots of characters in there. It's got a few of the original actors from the animated series, including Mark Hamill providing the voice for the Joker. You've got the likes of Steve Bloom in there, D. Bradley Baker. There's a lot of people. Phil LaMarche. Phil Lamar, Maurice LaMarche. There's a lot of people in there doing some great voice work, and yeah, it really is just a completely enjoyable game. Like I said, it's about a year old now. If you want to play it on PC, I don't know what it is in other countries, but in the UK, I've just picked it up for £20, and that includes the original game, the Game of the Year edition. So it comes with the Catwoman DLC, it comes with the Harley Quinn DLC, which is a bolt-on to the campaign at the end, and it also comes with some extra costumes for Batman. You've got the Nightwing and the Robin DLC, which you can play in the sort of challenge modes, which are like these little sort of one-off side missions, and also a few extra challenge maps as well. Now, when that DLC used to come out, it was like £20 a pop, and this is £20 for the whole thing, all the DLC on Steam. So yeah, if you've got £20 to spare and you like Batman and you want to have a go at a sort of an open world game, check it out. There's a demo on there as well, so you can go and download it for free, but check the video out because it is a really fun game. And if the people watching the video enjoy it half as much as I enjoy playing it, then I think you're going to have a good time with that. So I've been UnstableVoltage. Thank you for tuning in. This has been my channel update, and I'll see you on the next video. So goodbye for now.